Coming up next on Access Framingham TV is Framingham Fan to Fan, where we discuss all things sports in Framingham. Today we'll talk McAuliffe Charter Middle School basketball with coaches and players. Stay tuned. It's going to run fast and it may be jumpy. This is Framingham Fan to Fan on Access Framingham TV. Hi, I'm Dave Hornfischer, a Framingham sports fan, and I'm pleased to host this interview show whose purpose is to highlight those who are involved in Framingham sports at all levels. We hope through this show to increase awareness, participation, and even fan support of these fun sporting events, and also to help use sports to achieve our station's goal of building community. Today I'm pleased to welcome coaches and players from the McAuliffe Charter School basketball team. It's going to be fun. Welcome.
Thank you for having us.
Welcome.
Hi, thank you.
Welcome. So we've got the assistant coach, Ross Parlon, to my left, players Chloe Mills and Kira Richard. So you're the assistant coach, I understand. So you probably have to do all the work. Like do shows like this. Your head coach, Ms. Carr, had a last-minute crisis. So
I wouldn't say crisis, but a planned meeting, yes.
okay. So tell me a little bit about the McAuliffe Charter sports program.
So we do 2 fall sports, 2 winter sports, and 1 spring sport. In the winter, we do boys and girls basketball. The fall is cross country and co-ed soccer. And in the spring, we do co-ed track and field.
And so how did you get to be the coach of this basketball team, or assistant coach, I should say?
Miss Carr and I, we both work on the 8th grade team. She was looking for a little extra help this year, and we have a good relationship, so we decided with my little bit of basketball experience to help out.
Okay. And so you're also a teacher at the school?
I am.
You know, so you have these players in class with you too? Or?
Surprisingly, these are the 2 8th grade players I don't have in class this year.
Okay, well, all right, so no favoritism then. So Chloe, why don't you start and tell us a little bit about how you got started in basketball?
I've kind of been shooting around for a very long time, but I started playing organized basketball in around, I think, the summer before middle school.
Okay.
And I went to basketball camp, and from there I kind of just loved the sport and wanted to play it as much as I could.
Where did you go to basketball camp?
It's called Drucker. It's at the Framingham High School.
Oh, cool.
And yeah.
Oh, that's great. And Kira, what's your basketball starting point?
I started playing when I was younger with my brother because we have a basketball hoop in the driveway.
Ah, that's the best way.
Yeah. And then...
You ever beat your brother now?
No.
Is he older than you?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Well, that's all right.
And then I played on a team in 4th or 5th grade, and then I stopped for 6th grade, and then I joined the McAuliffe team 7th and 8th grade.
Okay, so did you play in 7th grade too?
Yeah.
Yeah, so this is your second year now, so you guys must, how many players are on the team?
This year we have, was it 15 or 13? 13.
13.
Yes. We had, first day of tryouts we had 17 players, and then the second day of tryouts we had 15.
So 15, that's a lot of time to spread around in games. Does most everybody get in most games, or is it?
Usually depends on the situation.
Yeah, sure.
We have a couple of different starting lineups depending upon who we're playing against. We're fortunate enough to have a lot of players at a lot of different positions, so it makes it a little bit easier, and some days it makes it a little bit harder.
So what are the goals of an 8th grade, 7th, 8th grade program? Is it your goal to have these kids play in high school next year?
So the primary goal is kind of set. When Teresa and I first started talking, Ms. Carr started talking this season. Last year it didn't go very well. I think they ended up winning 1 or 2 games.
One
game.
2.
So
don't you remember that one?
So the goal was to be more competitive. That was the goal that Ms. Carr and I set.
Okay.
Also build their knowledge about the game so that way they can go on and play if they want to. We have players that, like these young ladies, have been playing competitively for a very long time, whereas we have other players that come to tryouts and have made the team with their 0 basketball experience.
Okay. So what do you like about this team, about playing basketball at this level? Is this the most competitive level that you played at?
Yes.
Yeah. Okay.
Well, being on this team. And I think my favorite part of being playing basketball at McAuliffe is being able to get to know people in the school better, because if I didn't play basketball with some of the people, I would have never known who they were. And it's really great to make connections with them, and also just like how much fun we have all the time together.
Great. And Kira?
Probably the same as Chloe. It's a lot of fun playing with people that like you barely know, and then you kind of like become a family with them, and then you're super comfortable being with them, making jokes, but also sticking together in the game.
Yeah, teams are like that. I've been on a lot of teams in my life, and it's, you start in the beginning of the year, you don't know anybody, and by the end of the season, you're best friends, and you've got a lot of shared experiences. So do many of the students come out and watch some of the games?
With the success we've had this season, yes. There's been a great staff and student turnout to our games, even though our gym really doesn't have the capacity for a lot of spectators, but we make the best of it, and it's awesome to see so many kids from so many different grades.
Okay. Well, we're talking halfway through the 2018-19 season, and how's the team been doing?
We're pretty good so
Really?
far. We're 6-0.
6-0,
Yeah.
wow. And how many more games do you have to play, do you know?
3.
3, okay.
Yeah.
And is there a tournament or something afterwards? Or
If we
Yeah.
stay undefeated, then we go to the
Playoffs.
yeah.
at the Boston Garden?
No.
No. Oh, where do you play your games?
So we play in downtown Framingham. McAuliffe in the past couple years, so pretty recently, changed their location.
Right.
And the old school is across from the gym we play at. And we just
Oh,
haven't
at the
switched
church.
it. Yes.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
So it's a lot of good praying for your
Yeah.
for your win. Maybe that's part of the success, huh? So who do you play your games against?
So a lot of our teams are against other charter schools, predominantly in the Boston area.
So do you have to travel into Boston a lot? Or?
Yeah, more often than not, we're traveling into Dorchester, Roxbury, Rosendale.
Okay, so you played 6 games, are mostly free and home and away, pretty even.
Yes, exactly.
Yeah, and so have the games been close, or have you been killing people?
The,
so to
the
speak?
beginning, it was like farther apart. Now it's getting closer.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well,
Kind of.
our first game, I think we won by maybe
28 to 10.
18. Yeah. So that was one of the closer games that we've had.
Really? Wow.
And we've had a couple other ones where it's like it can range from like 42 to 4
42 to 4.
like one of those games.
Wow.
Or one of our recent ones, I don't remember what the score was, but I think it was just like 10 or 12.
We did 14 to 6.
Yeah,
That was a
12.
close
That's a
game.
low-scoring game. It's like the
Yeah, it was
Patriots.
very low.
That happens sometimes, I guess. Why don't you just tell? Let me. One of the things I like to always ask athletes when I have them on my show is to close your eyes a little bit and think about an exciting moment that you may have had as a player, good, bad, funny, and just walk me through. What it's like. You're standing at the free throw line and the coach was screaming at you, or no,
He likes to scream at us.
He
the head
does.
coach,
He
not
does.
him. No, but
deny
seriously,
it.
no. But what's a story that you're going to remember to tell 10 years from now to somebody?
So last year, I didn't really shoot that much, and I remember the first shot I took, I made it, and my brother got it on video.
All right.
So I was totally unprepared, and I was a little bit back from the free throw line, and I just shot, and I can just hear my friends like screaming so loud, and I couldn't hear myself think, and it was kind of surreal. It was
That's
great,
a memory. That
it
is
was
so
great.
good.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, that's a carry it with you for a while moment. Now, until you get a buzzer beater to win a game.
Yeah.
Okay. Kara, what about you?
My memory would be also from last year. So basically, we had gotten to the gym, and it was really slippery because they had waxed the floor. So it was already like all slippery, like easy to fall. And so we were playing, and I was running down the court. I had a pretty good breakaway. And then this girl happens to trip me from the other team with the slippery floor. So I kind of like flew to the ground. And my friend's mom has a picture of it right before I hit the ground.
I thought you were going to say you picked the ball up and made it.
Oh,
No.
I wish.
I wish. Okay. What about you, Ross? Did you play basketball? You mentioned you played some, or?
No, I didn't play very competitively. It
didn't?
was really
No.
just I grew up just outside of the city, so it was a lot of just playing in the in the courtyards.
Sure.
And myself and my twin brother used to play in the driveway all the time as kids.
Any memorable moments about this season?
I would say, sorry, Chloe, I got to do it to you. Kira, our first game, she didn't shoot that much last year, like she was saying, but her first shot of the game was actually the first shot that she took went right in. It was nothing but nylon, and that was just right then and there. I think I knew we were onto something special. this year.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, that's good. Wow. Yeah. Well, that's great. Are you planning on or hoping to play basketball in high school when you move on?
I'm thinking about it.
Thinking about it? You might try out anyway and see what
Yeah.
happens.
I might. It's right now. It's just kind of like fun to just be on a team.
Sure.
So,
Do
if I really like it, then yeah.
Do you go to watch some of the high school games?
Not this season.
Not this year. No. Okay.
Yeah.
Well, you might go check them out and just see what it's like. I had the dance team on a couple of weeks ago, and so that would be they were great. Their basketball teams really improved this year at the high school too.
Yeah.
So are you sports fans when you're not playing basketball?
Yeah.
Well, so tell me a little bit. Do you like the Celtics?
Yeah.
WNBA?
I don't really watch women's basketball very much.
Any college teams? You ever see UConn play? They're pretty good.
Not basketball.
No. No.
I don't know.
Yeah, are you a Celtics fan?
Yeah.
Yeah. Favorite Celtic?
I don't know. I'm not the biggest Celtics fan in my family.
Okay.
Um,
Any answer there?
Marcus Smart.
Marcus Smart, be smart, right? Well, that's great. We have a few photos here, and we're going to close down this segment, but by showing a couple of photos. Why don't you just tell us who we are? I see number 23 there. That's Kira.
Yep. So that's Kira.
Okay. And there's our coach.
Yes.
Yeah.
And he's telling him, what do you think this is?
I actually remember this. This was this past Friday. It was a close game and a frustrating game. So there's about probably a minute to 2 minutes left in the game, and I think we've made the decision to do a full court press the rest of the game.
And did it work?
It did.
Yay, good coaching. All right, let's move on. We got a couple more to show here. Okay, there's who's number 13?
Yep.
That's
so that's
Samantha.
Okay.
And we were playing some man-to-man defense
Okay,
in that
yes.
game.
So she was covering her to try and keep her from getting the basket.
Okay.
Yep.
Yeah. So was this game in Boston? Or-
No,
That was at our home court.
Oh, this is your home court.
Yep.
Oh, that's a nice floor.
Yeah.
Why don't we move on to the? Is it? Except when you land on it, right? Yeah. Okay. So what do we got going on here? I think this is this Chloe in the background standing
Yep.
next to number 2?
Yep.
And
And then,
And then Sammy's up there right underneath the basket.
Right, number
and I'm pretty
13.
sure the girl's about to shoot, so she's getting ready to block it.
Yep.
and who are the other players?
And
15
then,
and 5.
So
15 is Maya Bishop. Number 3 is Maya Aylesworth.
Okay.
And number 5 is Kaylee. So almost everyone is in 8th grade on that lineup except for Kaylee.
So you got
who's
an
in
8th
7th
grade team. Okay, and I think we have one more to show here. There we are, basketball players. Well, anyway, as I mentioned before, the time is really flown by on this short half segment, where we're going to take a short break, and then we're going to be back with the boys coach and 2 of the players from the boys team, and we can hear some of their stories and some of their successes. So, thank you for coming
Yeah,
on.
thank you.
You guys have been great guests,
Thank
as
you.
promised, and
Thank you.
and good luck in the rest of the season.
Thanks.
Thank you.
I want to be able to impact the community, to reach back to where I came from and pull some people up with me. My name is David, and I am your dividend.
Welcome back to the second half of this double feature show on McAuliffe Charter School basketball. In this second half of the show, we're going to talk boys basketball with coach Tony Frantonio, players Reese Roskowskis and Sam Burgess. Guys, welcome.
Thank you for having us, Dave.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Thanks for coming on. Tony, why don't you start out by talking a little bit about the boys program at McAuliffe.
McAuliffe, yes. We're a hardworking team. what I preach first off is they become better students, better people, then better athletes. And these guys are two guys who embody people who really show that and do that on a daily basis. So that's what we preach.
Yeah, that's great. So you were saying you played some basketball in earlier days? And,
Sure. And so just carrying that through with them and everything I learned and passing that on, I think is very important.
And you're a teacher at McAuliffe?
I'm an administrator. I'm a director of counseling and the culture and character coach over there. Former teacher.
And I can't ignore that sharp logo on your shirt.
Yes, I am part of the McAuliffe super team.
And what does that mean?
Just everyone who works there. We preach being a team, and we're crew, not passengers. It's our motto, and really embody that with our team and preach that there too.
That's a message to carry down to your team, I'm
Definitely.
sure. Reese, how did you get started in basketball?
I had a brother that was into basketball. He's a good age older than me, and he played basketball a lot when he was younger, and he really got me into it.
That's great. So you started. Did you play? You guys are both 8th graders. So did you play on the team last year in 7th grade?
I played in 6th grade, not 7th grade.
I played in 6th.
You both played in 6th. And Sam, when did you start?
I started when I was around 5, playing in in-town recreational league because my brother, who's a senior now, played.
Yeah, basketball is a tough game to get started with. The ball seems awful big, and by the time you're in 8th grade, though, you're probably comfortable, right? You guys, can you all shoot a 3 yet at this point? Or?
Yeah.
Well, we don't want them all shooting threes. We like to take it. No, I'm kidding. I'm kidding. They're excellent shooters. Go ahead.
Yeah. So, that was probably the wrong question. But you're not slam dunking yet anyway, but probably coming close, huh?
Yeah?
Yeah,
no. They're getting close. They like Steph Curry in his threes, though. They
really?
Like that.
Yeah. Yeah, the three-point shot has kind of really changed basketball so
Big
much
time.
in the last year. I'm not sure if it's all good, but so let's talk about what you guys like about playing on the McAuliffe team. What are some of the?
I mean, the team, they work hard a lot, and everybody tries their best to put in their, they contribute a lot, and that's just good. Everyone works hard.
Anything to add to that, Sam?
Yeah, I think that coach pushes us well in practices and in games, and it just helps put us in a position to put more effort in.
Belichick has his do your job motto. Do you have some inspirational or attitude adjustment messages there?
Maybe you ask them. I hope maybe something sinks in with them. Anything that maybe I've said over the season that really has sunk in?
This is a long time.
Well, go ahead, man.
It's not something you say, but something you do. You're always, when you're doing an example, you're always just doing your hardest even when you're doing the example.
Yeah, I think it's important that, through every drill, every practice I'm going to give everything I have in every moment, and I expect that out of these guys. And, one thing I learned a long time ago is as much as you invest in kids, they'll invest in you. And so if I'm out there in practice, going through drills and dogging it, how can I expect them? So I'm a big lead by example guy, and these are two young gentlemen who really lead by example too on the court.
Yeah, somebody once told me the speed of the boss is the speed of the team. So
that's a good one. Yeah, definitely.
But so let's talk a little bit about your team. How's the season been going so far?
Oh, I think very well. I know that we had some tough early losses by a couple points. That was really close games, which was a really good experience for the guys. We're 4-3 right now, and having a winning season. Looking forward to finish out. Winning all the rest of our games.
Better than the previous seasons.
Yeah, they can speak to you on previous seasons. This is my first year as the coach, but they can speak to you.
We've won one game in
That's
the past
fun.
seasons. Yeah.
Especially as the season goes on, right? And But so let's talk about a couple of your games this year. Why don't you tell us about one of the better games, one of the more exciting games you had this year? Was it one you won or lost, or did you have one come down to the buzzer? And
we've had 2 of those.
Really?
Our 2 games that we've lost by 2 points.
Ooh, that's tough.
Yeah.
Yeah, and what about maybe a success?
One of the teams that we lost by 2-2, we played yesterday, and we beat them by a sizable margin.
Oh, that's a great feeling too. Yeah, you got something to play for, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So.
Yeah, we preached this really coming out strong, avenging that loss, and I could see it in the guys' eyes right from the start. Didn't have to motivate them at all, and they really came out, and we were leading by about 15 to 18 points, and just from the start and took control. So really proud of them that game. That was a really good effort.
So if your record was 4-3 and you lost a couple of close games, you probably could almost be a lot better, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, what should we be, guys?
6-1.
6-1. Okay, there's a coach message that they got.
They got that.
They got that one. Yeah. But it's not what it is, and sometimes I think you learn. You probably learn some things in those close losses too. Like come back and beat them the next time, right?
Yeah.
Well, what did we learn in those games? What was something that was a message that kind of cost us?
We sort of did just learn stuff that we need to work on, and we would work on practice, next practice we had. Yeah.
Things like, what would be an example of something?
Swinging the ball around so that we don't get it stolen.
Also, not panicking when you're getting double teamed, or how to get out of a double team.
That's hard to do. As an ex-player, a long time ago, I still remember that.
Yes.
So why don't you guys talk about have you had a memorable moment on the court playing basketball, either here or someplace else, that you might want to think you probably remember 10 years from now?
Probably just every time we see something that coach has been teaching us in practice, reflected in a game.
Yeah, you hear the Patriots say that a lot, that Belichick teaches them situational things. And I just have to point to my hat. This is a hat that's 2 years old, but I can't afford to buy one every time.
It's a great hat.
How about you, Reese? What was some of your? Did you have a moment? And have you ever made a game winner, or missed one?
I mean, I haven't had a game winner, but I've had buzzer beaters that are deep buzzer beaters, those always feel good.
Oh yeah, I bet. Yeah, that's a lot of fun. So when you're not playing basketball, do you watch basketball?
Yeah.
Yeah. What are some of your favorite? Are you into the Celtics? Or?
Yeah. Celtics.
Anyone in particular? Or?
One player I like?
Yeah.
Kyrie. I like how
Kyrie.
he finishes really well.
Yeah, he sure does. Yeah. When you watch the Celtics, do you watch them to see it? If somebody plays the same position you do, and kind of see what they're doing.
I sort of see what they all do, because we sort of play not every person has a certain position. We work the ball around, and some people will be guards, and sometimes they won't. So.
That's great. You're all getting practice doing things. So if you play at another level sometime, you can. It's also good to understand what the other people have to do when you play that. So are you a Celtic fan too?
Yeah.
And you like any player in particular? Or?
I like Kyrie too.
Kyrie. Who doesn't like Kyrie? And he may be a Knick next year, right?
Oh no!
No, don't.
Dave, come on, man. We want to stay. We want to stay focused. We don't want to think of that. That'd be terrible.
Although they seem to play awful well when he's not there. So.
That is true, but he's unbelievable talent.
Yeah, he absolutely is. So do you guys expect to play in high school? Or?
Yeah.
Yeah?
I'm trying out for the Framingham High School team.
Okay. Both of you? Or?
I'm probably gonna run for the winter and then do recreational basketball.
Oh, okay, yeah. So I should have asked if you play other sports. You do track? Mm-hmm. What do you do in track?
Mostly distance.
Distance, yeah, okay. Mile, 2 miles? Or?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So he's being humble. He's an amazing long distance runner.
Really?
He doesn't speak high on himself. I'll speak high on him. He's an amazing talent in cross country and wins several meets for our school and is a real talent in cross country.
Okay, so what's your best moment in track? Oh, let's get a good story out of you. Yeah.
I don't know.
You ever had a close? You must have had a close win. Beat your best time. No. No. So does McAuliffe? So McAuliffe has a track team and.
Track and cross country.
You have a lot of sports at McAuliffe, I've discovered.
Yeah, we do. Yeah. We do. We like to give kids chances to, do things outside of school and build team, responsibility. And sports always kind of teaches that. And we preach that. So, yeah, as much as we can offer.
You have a soccer team in the fall?
Yes. We got a co-ed soccer team. They played in the championship this year, I believe, lost in a shootout or overtime. I'm unsure. It was really close. And cross country, how do we do this year, Sam?
We did good, but then they didn't end up having the championship race.
Typically, we make it to if they have a championship race.
So when you have a championship, who are some of the other schools that you compete against in that?
I don't remember specifically. I know South Shore, who we also play in basketball.
Have you seen some of the same kids on the basketball courts that you ran against? No. So you're one of the few multi-sport guys then, maybe.
Probably.
So do you play point guard in basketball? Oh, you're saying you all play everywhere for the most part then.
Yeah.
Right, but as somebody that's quick, you must bring some special skills to the basketball team. What's one of the things you think you do best?
Probably defense.
Defense? Yeah, probably because you're quick and steal the ball, quick hands.
Yeah, I challenge Sam for at least 2 steals every game and a layup off him. So he really gives a lot of effort. So does Reese.
So what's your skill that you feel most confident in about basketball?
Me?
Yeah, Reese.
Probably bringing the ball up,
Okay.
playing the guard, getting around people with quick moves.
The point guard kind of has to set things up, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Watch where everybody's going. So the basketball team if I wanted to go see one of your games, where would I go?
You guys remember our home court?
Home court.
I don't remember.
It's in downtown, the Boston
Okay.
Church of Christ.
Yeah, I don't know like the actual address though.
But it's the
214
church,
Concord Street
214 Concord.
in Framingham. Anyone come on down for a game?
When do you typically play?
We have games on Mondays, Fridays. We have a couple on Thursdays.
Right after school in the afternoon?
Yeah, girls usually play at 4, boys will play at 5. We have one more home game coming up. Not this week, but next week.
And do you have some kind of a tournament that you're...
Yeah, there are playoffs for the league, and we are hoping to make those playoffs, so we need to win our next games to have a chance to do that. And
That's right. You guys' record isn't quite as good as the girls.
No, I have to tip my hat to the girls' team. They are undefeated. I'll just say this: they well coached, dominate teams. Their defense, not many teams score more than 4 points against them, and very proud of that group of young ladies. They are awesome on the court, good sportsmanship too. And just a real good team. And we try to replicate what they can do when we get out after them. But it's very difficult because they dominate.
But you guys should be 6-1 too, so that's
Sure,
pretty good.
sure,
There we
yes.
go. Well, as I warned you before, this this 15 minutes flies by. I want to thank you all. Is there something I should have asked you that I didn't that you want to talk about?
You can welcome to come watch us play in person if you ever want to come see what we're talking about.
Oh, we had a couple of pictures here of the team. I want to run those up quickly here, just to, I almost forgot. So what's happening here? You guys are in blue?
No, we're in white.
You're in white, okay.
Yeah.
So you're facing a zone defense there, it looks like, huh?
Yes,
So who's that with the ball? Is that one of you?
No.
No. Okay, why don't we move on to the next one here?
Oh, that's from the top part of the court.
That's okay, and what else do we have here? Here we go. This is a free throw.
Oh,
Looks like you have a lot of, that looks like practice. I was going to say you have a lot of players on the court.
what we do is, part of our warm-up routine, we have a whole routine that we do before every game as they're practicing. One of them is everyone takes a free throw, and we have goals of how many free throws we want to hit as a team. I really believe there's games that come down to the end where we got to hit free throws,
It's so important.
and we have a little pressure, and we have a number we want to get to, and everyone takes one before the game. So this is that moment here.
Okay, and last but not least in our photos, here we go. There's a free throw being, looks like it's on its way. Is it going in?
And we guarantee that went in. And that's Ryan Madison. He was on the team 3 years. This is so 6th, 7th, 8th grade. He's one of our captains.
Well, that's great, guys. Thank you so much for
Dave, appreciate it.
joining
Thanks
us
for
here,
having
me.
and good luck in
Thank
the
you
rest
for
of the
having me.
season and with your track stuff.
Thank you.
Hope to see you playing for the high school.